The next step in copy pasting my business plan to the inside of my bathroom door is to write the middle, not the middle, but the main thing I'm doing, which is creating posts onto the middle here again. And what I'm using is the font I have been looking at for many years when tagging my life according to seconds on a Garmin. Not on a Garmin, now I have a Garmin watch, but it used to be a Casio watch. They were quite cheap, and so I had them, well, on my wrist, and I used them to basically tag my life. Oh, it's not too small and not too much to the left. I used them to tag my life according to basically a 10-minute schedule. I would switch in between activities, or basically 10 minutes was the smallest multiplicatable unit I had in terms of planning. So I often would work out for 30 minutes, I would read a book for 10 minutes, and then switch to the next book. I would basically, whenever I would time slot my life, or time block my life, I would use these 10-minute blocks. Now, I did the other thing. Why? And now I can start again, I guess. That's the reason I wanted this to just live on there. As soon as you add water to anything that is non-permanent, it begins to obviously degrade. And then also look like it is already beginning to degrade. So I switched in between these different books, and it was actually quite interesting. And it's also a quite interesting experiment. So in 2018, I decided that I would quit trying to study. I switched to mechanical engineering. But before I had studied normal engineering and engineering and management, basically, or management and technology. And then I figured instead I could try to monetize my creative interests in some way or another. So I figured the first step would be to increase the amount of information that is stored in my brain, and that is also kind of popular already. And I began to read books. So I wanted to increase my book count to ideally at least 500. And now I have kind of succeeded. Now currently it is a 540 or 560. I'm not entirely sure. I have to look it up. But currently I am not subscribed to Audible. I am subscribed to Audible with a 3-month trial subscription. But I used to have like a flat fee subscription. Now again, way too much to the left.